Valerieann Giovanni, and I am on here to talk to you about doing the doTERRA essential oil business because it's something that I've been able to succeed at. It's something that I've learned lots of things that you want to do, things you don't want to do, and I'm on here sharing what I've learned so that you can maybe tap into some of that information and maybe build a business a little better, easier than I did. And I'm still, learning. I'm still growing. I'm still building my business. I'm, continuing to move forward. And why do you keep moving forward in a business like this? Well, I'll tell you why I do. It's because I'm still me. It's still part of my purpose. It's still what I love. I still care about people. I still care about, the planet, the world at large. I still want to make a difference. And I have found a powerful way to do that through doTERRA Essential Oils. It's a powerful company. And it's only scratched the surface as far as where it's going, how big it's going to grow, and the people that will be able to be influenced. Their lives will be able to be changed. So it's a great time to jump on board, even if you haven't yet. Maybe you're just kind of scratching the surface yourself. Maybe you really haven't jumped into the business and you're using the oils. Maybe you have jumped into the business, but maybe it's not, growing or building like you'd like it to or as fast as you'd like it to. Well, I'm going to talk to you about a really key component of building the business today. In the title, it talked about how do you get people to do the business if they don't want to? Well, my first answer is, well, you can't, right? If they don't want to do something, it's kind of like little kids. If you want them to do something and you're determined that they're going to, let's say, finish their meal, clean up their plate, or, something like they need to eat that, right? Have you ever tried to get a kid to eat something when they don't want to? They won't. They'll fight you on it. They'll cry and scream and resist, and they'll put up a stink about it, won't it? It's impossible. Exactly. Well, that's the way little kids are, And so when, with little kids, what do? You have to, a lot of parents, they tried to bribe. Or to, have you ever bribed your kids, right? Hey, if you'll do this, I'll give you this, right? And you try all kinds of things to get them to do what you want, don't you? Well, guess what? Adults are no different than little kids. They are no different. And so, what is it that really needs to happen? And this is what it is. Number one, you have got to come from your heart, first of all. You have to be in it for a reason that you have fallen in love with. That, you are passionate about this for some deeper reason. And you yourself are in love with the product and you're in love with it, okay? Because that's key. People can sense if you're phony, if you're in it for any other reason, okay? And the next thing is when you're having the conversation, whose agenda is it? So if you're the parent and it's your agenda, you want the kids to eat the meal, right? And they don't want to, it's impossible. Same way with people trying to get them to do the doTERRA business. If they don't want to, and you come up against them like that, it's like, yeah, but, I want you to do the business, and I'm trying to reach this goal, and I'm trying to do that. Whose agenda is it? It's all about you. It's not about them. It's got to be about them. It's got to be about their agenda. What do they need? What do they want? So, make it about them, exactly. Make it about them. And how do you find out what it is that their agenda is. Do you know? Only if you are listening to them. You have got to talk to them. And when you're talking, what are you saying? Remember this, you're asking them questions. When you're talking, you should be asking them questions. Yes, and actually listening. But you've got to listen with your heart. It's not about your agenda. It's not about what you want. If you have an agenda for somebody, it stinks and people can smell it, okay? If it's not to really genuinely help them, they know. People know. You know when somebody comes and they're calling you and are going to talk to you about something, and you can smell it a mile off that they need something from you, if they say certain things, right? Okay, so remember that it's got to be about them, about their agenda. What do they need? And if you don't know, you've got to ask the questions. You've got to go to the heart of what they need. So when you're building the doTERRA business, as many of you who are following me know, I talk about building the $50 Power of 3 team bonus because that is the core of the whole business. So, you need at least 5 people who are going to join you in the business and build. 5 people who are interested in building, 5 leaders, 5 people who will do at least a 125 loyalty rewards order, okay? And if you're doing the business and you're on here, you know what I'm talking about, okay? So you need 5 of those kind of people. However, remember, you may be getting 10 or 20 people that just want to use oils for now. Just make a note, for now. That may be all they want to do right now. And listen to them. If that's what they really want to do, is just use the oils, honor that. Hear them. Listen to what they're saying, okay? So you've got to pay attention to them, and if you will honor what they're telling you, you start to build up trust. Did you hear that? Listen to what they say, and then honor what they say, and support them with what they want or they don't want. Build up trust. You build up a relationship to where down the road, when they get more curious about the business or what's going on, they want to get deeper discounts, they'll ask you and you'll be able to help them. And they'll trust that you will give them the answers that are for their benefit. They'll begin to trust you, okay? So yes, plant the seeds. Plant the seeds, but show up for them. And, really, if you're really caring about people, you're going to ask them questions like, what is it that really, really gets your juices going, that makes you happy? Answer that right now. What is it that you wish you were doing more of, that when you do that, you are just in love with yourself, in love with life? How can you do more of that? What needs to happen for you to be able to do more of that? And if you can imagine yourself being, having financial freedom or freedom of time or freedom of whatever kind of freedom, being able to travel or play or whatever the freedom is that you're looking for, if you can imagine yourself doing that and you're not really fully doing it right now, ask yourself, who do I need to become or who do I need to be right now in order to experience that? Who do I need to be? What kind of a person do I need to be able to experience and live that life? And then you work on you. Start working on you, okay? I see a lot of things that I still desire to experience. And when I ask myself, what do I need to do or how do I need to be to experience all of that? Because it's very grand. It's on a very large scale. And the thing I hear is be more confident. I'm like, okay, take more confident actions. And take actions now, not hesitate. Like when you get the idea or the thought for something, do it. Do it now. Quit waiting. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? The time is now. It's now. And so first of all, if you want more people to join you in the business, join yourself. Start working on you. Become more passionate in your own life. Become more powerful in your own life. Take actions. Do actions yourself. And then listen to people. Really, really listen to them. Care about them. Like I say, where are the oils? Care about others and share. And what do you share? You share the oils first. Share them. I guarantee you that if you take the lids off and let people smell the oils and use the oils and get them using them, the oils start to work with people. And that's what you want. And, for the power of 3, if you get a whole bunch of people on your first level who are just using oils, that's awesome. Because you want your power of 3 super solid. So beyond those 5 leaders that are actually going to build, you also want other people who are just using the oils. It adds to that volume now and for in the future when you have more than one presidential leg. I'm just saying, it's okay to add more people on your first level. And it's fabulous to keep adding people who just want to use the oils. So how do you get people to do the business when they don't want to? Remember the analogy of trying to stuff food down little kids. You can't. If they don't want to eat it and they're not hungry, they're just not gonna. And they're gonna resent you if you force it down them. They're just not gonna like it. Okay? So you've got to treat them very loving and kind. It needs to be their idea, their agenda. Listen to them, right? That's my message.